Hey everyone, it's Alex Miller at Capnion here. A big part of this video is a humble plea. I think there's a lot of value sitting on the table for a lot of companies out there that you can access just by taking some intention about what people are doing with AI inside your organization, with or without you. And I'm going to slide at the end a little bit into talking about why something like intention about data governance and data privacy can be a bigger multiplier in AI in a particular sense than you would think. I'd like to get started with a semi-fictional example. You're a big company, but not a super huge company. For a while, because you've got very regulated data or you're otherwise a company that people are not looking to see do something exciting with AI if it screws up their life, you told everybody they couldn't use AI at all for a while. And I think it's really under discussed in importance for obvious reasons. AI is sneaking into everything now if you want it or not. You got an LLM popping out of your operating system, probably. If you're viewing this on social media, I'm sure social media is always screaming at you that it will write things with AI for you. And in this and other ways, I think a lot of corporate IT looks past the humble LLM, both as something people really do get a lot of value out of, and then also, AI tools are getting a lot of penetration in your organization, whether you have done anything to enable it or not. There's a certain practice I see these days of looking past the LLM a little bit, and that we like to talk about we're doing XYZ agentic cool project or retrieval augmented generation systems, and that's all great. A lot of bigger companies have really exciting development projects. But we really need to talk about how much value all kinds of people are getting just collaborating with an LLM as if it were an intern or just somebody to spar with. So I think there are a lot of companies out there. If you've been on this journey of limiting access, well, of course, you're missing out on some value, but maybe you've just now let people use the LLM that's popping out of their operating system at them. And if you're a big enough organization, there's probably somebody who's doing really awesome things with that, and it's really helping their productivity, and they could have practices they could share that would make a big difference for other people. It could also be true, especially given how much LLMs are just sneaking into things everywhere. Your employees could have all kinds of implicit practices leaning on AI that you really don't like. It could be a data privacy issue. It could be that no one is really writing performance reviews anymore, and an AI is just writing, hey, everyone's great. And that's not really something you want. So there's a whole lot of AI is sneaking into your workplace, whether you like it or not. There's a lot of value in embracing that and cultivating what's good in it. It might be that there is bad in it that's going on right now, and you just don't know. And I get these stories over and over again about this organization at the top is not saying a lot about AI, not communicating much to employees about AI. They've kind of just barely let people use the thing, and it seems like people are maybe using it more pervasively than the people in charge know. And if you're one of these companies, I really, really think that there's just so much simple opportunity and just starting to be intentional about what's already happening. Closing thoughts, focusing a little bit on a slightly different place in the journey. I remember the journey to adoption of the public cloud, which a lot of people, I think, were lightly compared to AI. There was a time when everybody agreed that the cloud wasn't okay under HIPAA or FERPA or your favorite system of regulations. And frankly, I think it's an important phenomenon around regulations of all sorts that it's really too much work to know what's in them. And a lot of the day-to-day at affected organizations is a lot of people are just kind of scared and don't do things because they're not sure they can. There's a ton of value to being in the avant-garde of knowing, yeah, well, I actually can use the cloud under HIPAA if I do it like this. And you can see data privacy and data governance, these are things that sometimes have a tone around them like they're to hold people back. But if you're doing a good job understanding the subtleties of what you're allowed to do, and you can find ways to do things in the right way, that's actually a big positive multiplier because it's going to allow you to access all these cool new things that enable productivity sooner than your competitors. And that's actually a really big deal. And I bring up this in conjunction with my other remarks. There's a lot going on. There's a lot there. It's coming for you. It's not just AI per se is something that provides a business advantage, but if you can do a little better than other people in finding ways to do AI right relative to all these other constraints you have, that's often half the battle or more. And to summarize, if you're a business leader and you don't have a great sense of what people in your organization do with AI, want to do with AI, what AI they have access to, I would really recommend, now. It's a big opportunity. There's a lot of danger brewing for some people out there, and it's a really simple, straightforward thing.